And welcome to the Barggianos podcast. My name is Chuck. I'm your hostess with the leastest, and with me, as always,
Matt.
And Matt, we got a pretty special guest in the studio. I'm going to allow you to introduce our friend over
He's
here.
special, all right.
Yeah.
So longtime acquaintance, 28 years.
Ooh.
This is who we referred to early on as YO or Dave.
I'm going to go with Dave.
Yeah, Dave, welcome.
Thanks. It's good to be here.
Welcome, buddy. Glad to have you.
Appreciate it. Yeah. Obviously, there have been some shots taken at me, so I'm looking forward to my opportunity to shoot a few shots back. So,
All right.
thanks for having me.
Oh, you're very, very welcome. And I just want to tell the audience, I'm super excited for this episode. I don't know if it almost reminds you of watching a roast on Comedy Central. I'm hoping some stuff. So, audience, tune in here. This should be fun.
Yes.
And there's no throwing chairs. There's no physical violence, but everything else is allowed. So,
Definitely no physical violence. I've thought for years about hitting him, but I'm very much against animal abuse. So,
well, Dave, I'm sure you've seen the show before, but Matt, what do we do the first thing on the show?
Have a drink, but I'm not opening your beer tonight.
Boy.
There is no can opening going on here.
Someone's butt got sore from last
Yeah.
time. I opened my own beer in one episode, and he just, pretty girls like that. But
Usually I open his beer for him. Yeah, you know, the guest.
oh my
they
God,
take privilege.
that's insulting. I'm glad it's happened for you, but man, he's just trying to get in your head. He's trying to get in your head and be nice to you. Don't let him fool you.
I always have my bitches open my beer.
Yeah. Well, here, you can, since you're the honorary guest, you can ring the bell tonight.
Love it. Let's have a drink, boys.
Time for a drink.
Yeah, I think tonight's episode is going to be go with our good slogan where the drinks are cold and the jokes are bold. So I think it's going to get a little wild tonight.
Well, I hope so. I mean, I'm not like I just said, but I've been pretty excited for this episode. I don't know. It's we've been talking for a while to get you on here, so we're in the double digits of episodes right now. So sorry it took you so long to get on the show, but do you want to explain how you know Dave, or how do you want to bring?
I'll let Dave tell the story on how we met.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like he said, it's been 28 years, really. 28 years, man.
28.
But it's funny because we met when my car broke down and I was actually hitchhiking. And this guy pulls up, I have my thumb out, the whole 9 yards. This guy pulls up, Kenny G just blaring. And I said, all right, well, I'm kind of stuck, so I guess I'll go with this guy. And it turned out pretty okay for me.
Yeah. Did he turn the Kenny G off when you got into the car, or did he turn it on when you got in the car?
I made sure I played with the saxophone.
I mean, I turned it up when I got in, to be fair.
Is that what you call it, your saxophone?
Yeah.
Because it's an instrument you can blow into. Just facts.
Yeah, so that's really the story we tell everybody. And it's unbelievable how many people actually believe that story when we're around them and tell them that story when people ask how we met.
Oh, God, we've told that story for as long as we've known each other. It's hilarious.
So you're just starting the show off by lying to me? I get it.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's the real story then? How did you guys actually meet?
We worked at a bowling alley
Grindr?
together.
Oh, go ahead.
But
This is way before that.
But what's even funnier, we worked in a bowling alley together. But our parents, my mom and his dad, went to high school together.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they ran around in the same crowd during their high school days, and then we wound up working at the bowling alley, and randomly, somehow you ended up at my graduation party.
Yeah, I don't know how.
And
are you sure that Matt just wasn't stalking you over the years and he finally found his way in?
I'm not sure of that at all.
Nothing can be proven or unproven, but
That's right.
Yeah.
that's cool. So you guys are actually brothers from the same mothers of fathers that you knew from high school.
Yes, something like that.
You got a calculator? I think it figures out.
Yeah, it checks out.
Okay, checks out. Thanks. Better words, but interesting. So how long have you guys known each other?
28 years. I mean, that's probably when we started hanging out. It was about 28 years ago. And we've got some good memories together, some crazy memories. I've probably pissed him off more times than he's pissed me off. And you see me get this shitty grin on my face because for some reason I love
see
it.
that, audience? You see that grin right here?
Like,
Oh my God.
He's like my brother from another mother. But the jokes and the cruelty over the years, I'm surprised he stuck around.
No, I've seen these two in action. Yeah, they're the best of friends, and they've always had each other back. For God's sakes, don't you guys like share a bank account or something?
We have a business.
Business, yeah. It's a saxophone business, but no, these guys bust the hardest of balls, but they're always got each other's back. And to me, it's probably one of the most entertaining things when I'm around you guys or the rest of the group, and because I know what's coming, but I don't know how hard it's going to come. And then as soon as I see your shit-eating grin, I'm just like,
You know what's coming.
Oh yeah, getting my popcorn out. And,
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm sure that still to this day, there's people who know us, who see us start going at each other, and they really think that we are going to go to blows over something, you know? And it's hilarious, but yeah, we've got each other's backs.
How many times at bowling warming up, we're just talking shit to each other, like just, yelling, like, shut the fuck up, calling each other names, and people in the bowling alley that know us, like, look, they're like, holy shit, are these guys really going at it?
People halfway down the bowling alley look at us.
Oh, yeah.
And think,
I was one of those people at one point. I'm not going to tell the story because I told it 3 times, but the time that you yelled at him and everybody was like nervous as hell, and I'm like, oh my God, this is great. But yeah, it's pretty much the same equivalent to that, but without at bowling. So you're not to push everybody's buttons. In
I
a
do.
good way.
I like to poke the bear.
Oh yeah, your stick's very large.
Yeah,
not that stick, but the bear poker stick.
Yeah, and people are like, you got to know where the line is. The problem is I know where the line is. I just don't care. So I bounce over the line. There's been a couple times where I've seen Dave like really getting like heated, and I'm like, okay, maybe that's enough. Let's draw back. But those times are far and few between.
Let me ask you a question, Dave. Is it always him going over the line, or do you go over the line as well, do you think? I know, ball busting, of course, but
yeah,
he
I
likes
don't think
he likes to take it far.
I don't think that I've ever gone over the line.
Matt told me he French kissed my mom at her funeral. So if there was a line, I'm pretty sure that it was way back 3 blocks ago.
Yeah,
but it made me smile. But you never. I don't think you ever told me that. Maybe you did some other bad stuff to her, but yeah.
No, he don't go over the. I wouldn't say he goes over the line, but what he does is he's like, oh, I know how I'm going to get him. So I'll call my wife or send her some crazy text and like, oh, this is how I'll get him back. Case in point, like the dog story with my daughter getting the dog. He's wanting to send her like what, a grand dog?
Give a 10-second explanation about the dog again for listeners that may not have heard that episode.
Yeah, so my daughter came home on her birthday with a dog after my wife was very adamant, don't get a dog. So I'm telling the story to the guys at bowling, and here's what Dave does.
First off, I don't think I was crossing the line at all. I thought that it was hilarious. Your wife might feel differently about that, but no. So the night that he told us that story at the bowling alley,
we're sitting next to each other. I'm watching it all happen,
and I'm Googling, I love my grand dog shirts to buy for Maria, for your wife.
Yeah, so I know she's already pissed off about this dog, and he's just gonna poke the bear.
But so you're more of a subtle poker. That sounds sexy as hell, don't it?
But my wife would say that as well. So
yeah, they do both have wives. So yeah, but yeah, there's definitely Matt's more the Joker, if you will, over the line.
I say the things that people want to say that they're afraid to say.
You're like the Eminem of our group.
Yeah,
you're the Slim Shady of Barggianos, you'd say.
Yeah. But I will tell you, I think we got some feedback from a couple listeners saying Matt needs to smile more. He needs to look happier. I think this is the episode where they really see that I do smile.
We've got. You need to smile more. You look drunk.
Yeah.
But you got to remember too. We're a lot of times we're filming these like 9:30 at night.
Yeah.
I'm always this happy. I'm always cheerful. But I'll give you a little bit benefit of the doubt. But yeah, you need to smile more. See those pretty teeth and.
The this episode is full of smiles.
So give me some more stories here. What's some other things? Give me one of each. I'll let you go first, Matt, that you may have, messed with him with.
Well, let's tell the lightning story first, and then we'll go one for one on a different story, because this is probably the most popular story.
Okay.
So again, not too long after we met, maybe a year or two, I was struck by lightning, right? And you would think friends, hey, be very concerned and, come and see me and make sure that I'm doing okay. Instead, he decides that he's going to nickname me Sparky.
Yeah. So I call him Sparky all day long, to the point, like, we work at a place together, and in his profile, if he would go to other places, I put in there that this guest likes to be called Sparky. So when he would go to other places, they would call him Sparky. I think it's still probably in there to this day.
I think it is.
Yeah.
It was a couple of years ago that someone mentioned it.
Yeah, someone called him Sparky when we visited this certain establishment. And it's a joke that goes back, 20 plus years.
So Matt, let me get this straight. Matt decided to give you a nickname on the fact that you almost died. That's about right.
That's about the gist of it, yeah.
And you said, wait a second. You said you got struck by lightning?
Yeah.
Explain that to me. The Great Outdoors. That's a movie. The Great Outdoors, man. Can we talk about a few movies tonight? Since I got someone that's seen a motion picture.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
but to explain this, when you got struck by lightning, I want to hear.
So the story of when I got struck by lightning is one that is also another fake story.
Oh, damn it!
But see, we got you to believe. And
I mean, if you guys want to start lying, I'm an expert at Thumb Master. You ever play me? I'm the question master. You don't want to play me.
I don't know about that. We played a lot of zones and question masters and thumb masters.
Matt, I'm the king.
Don't get
try
there.
me. Oh, we'll have an episode for that one.
So,
have you ever played? I've had I've been in a board meeting and I had the president playing Thumb Master. He didn't even know what he was doing because everyone else put their thumbs down because I did.
Yeah. There you go.
Try me. Do it.
So proud of you. So.
Drink.
Here we go. Do we want to go one for one on stories? Do you want to go first? I mean, you're the honorary guest.
I'm going to have a hard time coming up with stories that we can actually share on the air. That's what I'm worried about.
Are these real stories, or are you just making them up on the spot?
I got two stories.
All right, go ahead. It's your show.
I'll let you pick, and I'll even improvise. I'll even edit a little bit. So, do you want your accident story with a little bit of edit in there, or would you like the alarm clock story? Which one would you like?
I know you like to tell the alarm clock story, so I'll let you tell that one.
All right. So, I'm working.
Real story, by the way.
Yeah, real story.
I don't know what's real anymore.
So Dave and I, you say we share a bank account. Dave and I, actually, our first investment ever as adults, we bought a house together. Okay.
Of course you did.
Yeah. So, it was myself, Dave, and another guy that was our roommate at the time. Dave was working graveyard, I think.
Yes.
And I was working more of a swing shift. Again, no surprise, practical jokes on Dave. Even the other roommate liked to pick on Dave. So one day, me and the other roommate get this brilliant idea that we're going to put an alarm clock in the middle of Dave's sleep schedule and have it go off and make it hard as hell for him to get to.
What a dick.
Yeah. So we got just a simple cookie cutter house. It's 3-bedroom, 1 bathroom, less than 1,000 square feet. So what I have to do is I plug an extension cord into the bathroom, run it down the hallway into the hall closet where our attic entrance is, and you really couldn't get into the attic. I mean, the pitch of the roof was so short. But I plugged an alarm clock, and I don't remember what time I set it, but probably like 3 or 4 hours after he was expected to go to sleep. Maybe it was 2 hours. I don't know. And I take this alarm clock in the attic, and I get up there, and I just toss the alarm clock as far as I can because this room's like as far down. And we let it sit there. But we put a note by the plug in the bathroom. And we said, hey, don't unplug this. We have mice in the attic.
And like he said, I was working graveyard shift at the time. So I either got off at 5 a.m. or 7 a.m. in the morning. And I'm coming home. Every morning I come home, I'm just dead tired and ready to fall asleep. So I do see this note, and I think to myself, oh, great, we've got mice. Whatever, I don't care. I'm going to bed.
So you seen the note in the bathroom?
Yeah. So they put the note in there, and again, I see it. I acknowledge it, but my brain is not in a spot to say...
He's smiling, folks.
My brain was not in a spot to say, oh, they could be messing with me.
Well, sure. I get it.
So I just went to bed.
And then the alarm clock goes off. We're not home. Me and the other roommate are not home when this goes off. So I don't know what takes place, but he's probably getting up and he is probably pissed.
I don't remember what took place either. I remember it going off. I don't know if I came out, if I unplugged it. I don't know what I did. I can't remember at this point. It's been 20 some odd years ago now.
Okay, so how did you get him back? What's your story? Can I have another beer, by the way, please? I drink like an adult. Dave, you got a bit. What are you drinking, by the way, Dave?
Oh, this is a local brewery here in the area called Heavy Riff Brewery. It's the Velvet Underbrown.
Velvet Underbrown.
Yeah, it's a brown ale. It's very tasty.
Sounds poopy. The Velvet Underbrown. Underground? All right, go ahead. I'm sorry. I interrupted. Go ahead.
Again, Matt has always been way better at getting me than I have been at getting him. I honestly can't think of a good one that I can really tell a story about. So I'll let him win this one and say, okay, you got a story. You got me. I didn't get you.
So yeah, I'm gonna tell another story. And people that are listening, by the way, listeners, if you're liking what you're hearing, please do us a favor. Like, subscribe. We're on YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube. Yeah, just point up. Subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on TikTok. We're on all the socials.
And if you like what you're hearing, I've been told to give some feedback on this from the missus. If you like what you're hearing, we are also on YouTube. Every episode has been filmed in super 4K. And it's fun to watch as well. So if you like that, please hit that YouTube and subscribe. We're trying to get those numbers up.
And that's how people know that Matt doesn't smile, is because they go and watch on YouTube and they're like, what is wrong with this guy?
Yeah.
He thought someone special was my host for a while, but he just doesn't smile. But you're working on it. I like it tonight.
Yeah.
So, but he only smiles that smile when he's fucking with you.
There's no real smile.
Yeah.
There's only the shit-eating grin. That's the only smile that you get out of this guy.
It's a smile, and then there's you're absolutely correct, and it's fascinating.
So can I tell the story about when you were in the accident? I'll edit it a little bit.
Go for it.
You aren't editing anything.
No, I have to edit it a little bit. So Dave, we're probably, we're real tight knit at this point. We bought a house, working together, and in the industry that we were in back in the early 2000s, I would say it's a party industry.
Definitely.
Yeah. So,
sorry. I know it's you did, but I'm picturing the worst.
So people like to go out and have a good time no matter what time you work. If you work graveyard, you found a bar that was open at 7, 8 in the morning. Because of the work that we did, it was nothing inappropriate, but because of the industry we were in, that was a tight-knit industry, and everybody hung out together. Like if you were on one shift, they hung out.
Correct. Yeah. Really, when you're in this type of an industry, the only people that you can hang out with are people from that industry. Yeah. You're working weird hours. You're working graveyard, swing shifts. You're off at 3 a.m., 7 a.m., with days off in the middle of the week. That's just the way that it is.
You just see most of them at the AVN Awards?
No comment.
Okay, go ahead.
So, anyway, I'm working one night, and I don't remember exactly who, but a supervisor or manager, shift manager, came to me and said, hey, Dave's been in a really bad accident and he's in the hospital right now. They're like, if you want to leave, go ahead and leave. which was really cool of this place because they were on a very, very strict attendance policy. Like, you're 1 minute late. If you clock in 1 minute late, you get a half a point. You got 7 points and you were done. And
just because he was your domestic partner at the time, they let you go?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, go to the hospital, and I'll shorten this story a little bit, but Dave was in the back of a Mustang convertible that ended up hitting a wall because of a drunk driver cut them off. The driver of the car was sober, the car he was in, and he overcorrected, and they hit a wall. Dave flies out of the back seat and hits his face on the bracing of the windshield on a Mustang convertible. Like, he is fucked up.
Top down, and it hit right about here.
Ugh.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It wasn't the best night.
Yeah, so he's in the hospital. Ends up, what'd you do? Break your jaw?
Yeah, so my upper jaw became dislocated from my skull, and they had to go in there and reattach it, basically.
And then your eye socket?
Yeah, I mean, they had to... I've got all kinds of pins and screws and everything in there. They had to
All jokes
reattach.
aside, though, I never would have guessed you've had a facial injury or anything. Because sometimes you can see something or...
Chuck, I used to be good looking.
That's why Matt smiles so much. Okay.
Yeah. So
you're like Kanye West. Okay.
So that's what I'm getting to in just a minute. So anyway, he's fresh out of surgery, like fresh, doped up. And I said, hey, dude, don't worry. The doctor needed a picture, and I brought in a picture of myself. So you're going to come out of this looking okay. No, the doctor really didn't need a picture, and I think your mom or dad got the picture. But
Right.
yeah, the doctor, I mean, he was that jacked up. Like, I don't know if you got pictures still from it. Do you still have pictures?
I do, not on me, but I've still got some pictures from the
If you do,
accident.
send them to Chuck, and he'll put it up right there.
if you want me to. Matt's got a tattoo on his belly.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Dave's life's across the stomach.
Yeah. So then, Dave's in the hospital. He's getting better. He's recovering. And he's got to get picked up from the hospital. And he's like, hey, dude, I need some clothes. Can you bring me up some clothes so I can get out of the hospital? So I was like, yeah, sure. No problem. I'll bring you clothes.
No problem.
No
something.
problem. I got you. I got your back.
I appreciate that, brother.
You gave him Christmas that moment. He's like, yes. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, he is hamstrung. Like, it's either ask his mom to bring up his underwear or ask a friend to bring him up a change of clothes. He's just going to ask me. So
none of his friends were available. He had to ask you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, I bring him up a change of clothes, and I won't mention what the shirt said, but the shirt was pretty inappropriate. It was a schmedium. Like, I mean, it was probably an extra small, maybe a small at best.
What the shirt say? Was it some kind of an innuendo?
Yeah. Something about doing some favors for certain things.
Some sexy favors.
Yeah, and it was sponge painted. Yeah. It was handmade.
Right.
Okay. So I was like, hey, here's your clothes, dude. And I am not shitting you. This is the only thing I brought him. He had no choice.
And let me tell you, I don't remember a whole lot from that time period. I was very drugged up. But I do remember the look that I was getting from the nurses as I was leaving the hospital.
You're such an asshole.
And by the way, these nurses had been dealing with the industry that we were in, working all night long. I had people coming up to my hospital room at 3:00 in the morning consistently, and they just walked in. And so they already were not very impressed with me. And then when I walked out, I think that was the cherry on top.
Yeah.
You got to give me more with the shirts. You don't want to go there?
I don't want to go there. I'll tell you later.
I feel like the audience wants to know.
No, we can't go there. Unless Dave wants to go there.
It's not like it was 25 years ago or whatever.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. But yeah, I remember one nurse specifically getting real pissed off about us doing that to him and making like it's like a walk of shame, except you're being pushed in a wheelchair. But he's got an inappropriate shirt. There's nothing he can do. His jaw's wired shut. He can't even talk or say like, fuck you, asshole. Like, there was nothing he could do about it. But I will tell you, I did.
But I will tell you, I love the guy.
I love the guy.
I poisoned him and I threw him down the steps.
I did have to take care of him for a little while, cook him. I remember cooking couscous and blending up some food because he was on some liquid diet for a while.
I couldn't chew. So
Yeah.
Dave's like, these couscous taste like roofies.
He slept well.
Here, does this smell like chloroform to you, Dave?
By the way, for the record, these are Matt's greatest moments, right? He's
Audience, look at
literally-
this smile. He's crying. There he
He
is.
is literally telling the funniest things that he's ever done in his life. If I had $1 for every funny thing that Matt has ever done, I'd be broke. So
He'd be in debt. Oh no. Oh my god. That's so. Can I add something to the story?
Yes, you can.
So, I think I knew you. I'll talk about how I got to know you, but we were driving to bowling, and and I was like, "Hey guys, I bought a new car." I was all happy and all excited because I never had something like this. I'm going to drive tonight, so I pick up you guys, and I pick up Dave. He's like, "Oh no, it was a Mustang convertible." I made you sit in the back, and we get there, and Matt's like, "I'll tell you later." I had no clue the whole time. I'm like, "This is great, ain't it, guys? We can put our hands in the air, and we can feel the wind through our hair." Dave's like holding on to the glass. He's about to be shaking back there. Matt's just laughing, and he's got his
flashbacks. Like, no.
I don't think I ever drove that car to bowling ever again. I'm like, well, Matt, you could give me a heads up. But of course, Captain Fun over here is like, he's like, hey, Chuck's driving tonight.
Yeah.
Doing it good. But I was going to say, do you remember the first time we met? I do.
I do. The first time we met was up at the pool, correct? Yeah. Yeah.
Do you remember what I was doing? Or how I got there?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
that.
So I used to live right down the street from Barggianos in the same neighborhood. And, I regret it sometimes when I know that there's a party going on at Barggianos that I don't live in the neighborhood. But anyway, so when I lived here for the very brief time that I lived here, we were up at the pool. I think we were doing...
You were trying to get, let's just say signatures.
Yes.
Like at the pool.
Oh,
Yes.
You were
Oh,
soliciting in the right way, if you will.
That was god awful.
Terrible.
But anyway, they're like, "Hey, I'll go down there," and you're sitting there talking to another neighbor, and I ride up in like a Schwinn bike.
I do remember this now.
Yeah.
So just for the audience, I'm the type of person I just don't care, and you can speak on this. I don't care if I look silly. I don't care if I look stupid. If I'm having fun, I'm okay.
Obviously.
So my father-in-law got this like it was a decent bike, but it was from a garage sale, and I bought like a big picnic basket for it, so I could put all my gear there. And I ride down the bike, and I'm going around the parking lot, and Dave's gamers look like, who the hell is this? And then the other guy we're with, he's like, hey Chuck, what's up? And I'll never forget your face. You're like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Like, what's happening? And then we just became best friends. But yeah, that was the first time I met. I'm like, see you, Dave, and I'm like, ding ding, and I'm like driving off of my bike, and like I'm the witch from Wizard of Oz. It's a movie
Or
from the Wizard
Pee-wee.
of Oz.
Pee-wee?
Herman,
Yeah.
another classic. You seen that one?
No.
I know, I'm just joking. Oh, but yeah, that was the first time that we'd met.
No, I do remember that because I had heard the stories about Chuck, and from the stories that I had heard, I was picturing something very different. You know how you get kind of an impression of someone, and then they don't match what you thought that they were going to be from the stories.
Hold on. Tell us what you thought.
Yeah, I want to know.
Let's hear this.
I want to guess too with the stories. Probably he talks a lot. He never shuts up. He's kind of crazy.
No, I guess I kind of pictured you as more like I don't even want to say this because it's going to come out wrong.
You can't offend me if that's what
But I thought you were going to be like some big like alpha male like party guy that
like a college, like a fraternity or something.
Yeah, like a frat bro, plays a lot of sports. Football guy. And I forget why I had that impression. And I know that you had told me some stories, but
then you see him and it turned out to be like a 5'1" dude that's scrawny as hell.
I wouldn't say scrawny, but I'll give you not scrawny. But definitely not riding a bike with the ding ding bell on it.
See,
I wasn't picturing that at all.
The way my brain works, though, like I love stuff like that. So I pull up and I met somebody. I'm like, oh, this is great. I get to mess with somebody. Not mess, but like I get to have fun and look stupid. I'm always the king, and I've been like this my entire life. I talk really fast. My dad talks fast too, and we've always talked about talking fast, but he got real embarrassed, and it was hard for him to deal with it. He went to court one time, and the lawyer called about all these things, and I said, fuck that. I would say, hey, you guys listen too fucking slow. I don't talk fast, but the point is I can make fun of myself, and I've always done about anything in my life. I'm 5'8", I'm not super short, but nothing's really bothered me in the sense of, so that when that moment I will pull up, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be funny. This guy's gonna be like, what the hell is this guy doing? And I think I just kept ringing the bell on the bicycle, ding 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 ding, going around. But yeah, but thanks, I am an alpha male. I'm not the alpha or the male part.
You are, yes, very much an alpha male.
Confident. How about confident? I'll take that.
I'll give you that one.
Okay. How about we ring the bell and take a drink? Cheers.
Cheers.
I got to hit my button.
So, just a little bit more on a lighter note. Dave doesn't have any stories. He's not good at that stuff. But for real though, 28 years, and it's not just Dave and I. I mean, Dave and I got close. We lived together. Dave's been there for all my kids. He fathered two of them probably. But it's one of those things like. I tell my kids now, like, it's not common to have friends for 28 years. And it's not just Dave and I. It's Dave, Ryan, Joel, and myself. Like, how many people from high school can you say, even 20 years later, that, I mean, the four of us, we're in a group text. And that text is not silent all week long. Like, so we're talking. And I guarantee you, I mean, I talk to Jolie, damn near every day. Talk to Dave. I mean, we have a small little business together. If anybody wants any vending machines, hit us up.
Hey, no free advertising on this show, sir.
Yeah. So if you need vending machines, micro marts for your company, hit us up. We'll take care of you. But that's my only plug, like double episode in. So, I mean, here we go. But
yeah, I'm kidding. You can plug whenever you want.
Yeah. So I tell my kids we're very fortunate and to be conscious of, the relationship that I have with my friends, because I think it's unique and an anomaly based on today's environment.
Sure.
But to value your friends and make sure, because they're the ones that are going to be with you long term.
And your family.
Yeah. Hopefully.
There is the family too. But
I get your point. I'm joking, but I agree.
Yeah, just to add on to that, I mean, really, it is very unique. And, I have said before that Matt and I are about as close as two guys can be, as two straight guys can be, right? There's not a moment that has happened or a major life decision that's happened where we haven't really consulted each other. And it's
cool, though.
Great to have people like that.
No, absolutely. And to your point, I had but hundreds of friends. I was a circle runner, buddy.
Yeah.
But to your point, I'm saying is I don't see any of them anymore. I don't, it's a shame. And again, if they were here right now, we would be just like this. Like, that's good friends. And they say lifelong friends, but you don't get to see them all the time. And with you guys, I know that's, you guys and Joel and Ryan and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we're super tight. I mean, we make it a point to go out with all four of us once a year to spend a weekend, to have fun, good old time. Last year, it was a little special event because, Ryan was that last year?
2 years ago.
Getting married?
Yeah, that was a year and a half ago. Yeah.
Okay. So, and his son got to join us. His son's 21 at the time, so that was cool.
Did Dave father him too?
Yeah.
No, just yours. Okay.
So, the cool thing is like we've been there like since his oldest was born, and my oldest was right after that, and we kind of tell the same story every time, except Dave, didn't tell the story, but it was
not a good storyteller.
Yeah, it was always we'd start off the story because Ryan started it because he was very young at the time, having a kid. And I remember I was standing outside Joel's house at the time, and I don't know if you were with us or not, but that's when he told the Once Upon a Time story. So it was outside of Joel's house, and that's how he started the story, is once upon a time, so-and-so's pregnant. So that's how he told us he was having a kid. So then when I found out I was going to be a father, I told the story the same way. So the story kind of stuck with everybody that, whenever we have a kid, it starts out as once upon a time. But there's so many great memories throughout the years. Some we can't share. I mean, yeah, we were little idiot kids. I mean, who's not?
And now we're idiot adults.
Yeah,
with a microphone.
Yeah, but there's so many good times, that we've joked around, and I mean, living with roommates, shit, and not only that. I mean, we talk about living with roommates. Dave changed jobs. He moved away. You're talking house on credit, and we're trying to flip things around. Like, we never got pissed off about shit. We just figured it out.
Yeah.
And I think it's unique in that nature, because people are like, oh, I don't understand. But, I am, going back to more of the joking side, I'm surprised you didn't want to tell the story about when I met my wife. I am actually shocked about that. See, now he's laughing, and he's like, damn. See, that's why Dave's not good. He don't remember this stuff.
Yeah, my memory sucks. My jokes were great, but my memory sucks. I don't remember them.
Yeah. So when I first met my wife, they would always make fun of me or my wife.
Because you were talking to a woman?
Yeah, I mean, a little of that. But, I mean, if we want to go back to a little joking side, like if you want to go back to that story, Dave, I mean, I'll let you share it.
If you don't want to, you don't have to.
No, so I'll tell it, but I know that it's just every time we bring it up, she never lets it go. So anyway, so the first time I think that I met his wife was at our old work that we were talking about earlier, and she walked in. She was friends with another mutual friends of ours. She was friends with his ex-girlfriend, so a lot of roundabout, this person, blah blah blah. So she comes in, our mutual friend's ex-girlfriend comes into our work.
The industry we're talking about.
Right. I was just going to say that's the same industry they're talking about,
Correct.
the alarm clock era.
Yes. So she happens to come up to me with Matt's wife and another friend of theirs.
And by the way, I didn't know my wife at this time.
Correct. This is before they were together.
Did you? I'm sorry. Did you say you knew her?
I did not know her. No.
But she was let's say, coworker at that.
No, she wasn't a coworker. She was a mutual friend of Dave and I. Worked at this establishment, and these three girls come in looking for our mutual friend.
So, and they happen to come up to me and they say, hey, is this person here tonight?
J-Bone.
So I said, you know what? I'm not really sure. Let me go and check. So I go back and, I contact J-Bone by the phone at our work, and I said, hey, man, there's three ugly girls here looking for you. And, again, this is people giving each other shit, right? And I had a feeling that this girl, because I had seen her picture before, I believe, I had a feeling this girl was Jason's ex-girlfriend. Yeah. So when I called him, I was trying to mess with him, like, oh, there's three ugly girls here looking for you. Little did I know that down the road, one of these ugly girls was going to wind up being Matt's wife.
Yeah.
So I'm confused on the ugly girl comment. You're just trying to fool Jason?
Yeah, I was messing with Jason, saying you've got some ugly girls looking for you.
Let's make that clear for the audience. I'm like, I know she's not ugly, but yes, you were trying to like, more for us.
Please, if there's a way to make it clear, please make it more clear than I have, because she has never ever forgotten or forgiven me for that.
For the record, I'm going to edit. I'm thinking about being ugly. I'm just going to put words in your mouth. There was an ugly girl that I'm introduced to Matt.
Matt's wife is ugly. Matt's wife is ugly. Like if I knew how to edit, which I don't, Chuck does all the editing. That short would just be like, Dave, Matt's wife is ugly. Matt's wife is ugly. And I wouldn't even post it. I just sent it to my wife.
Well, luckily for you, he said it 64 times, and I can use that easy.
Just thinking that, there is the short right there.
I'd like to interrupt you guys 1 second. Chuck's wife is beautiful. Chuck loves his wife. Very caring. Lucky man. Go ahead.
Great plug.
Oh, boy.
Can we talk about... I'm going to randomize this one. Hey, Matt, any dead birds in your garage lately, bud?
Oh, man. So before I come over here tonight...
like an hour ago.
Right. So before I come over...
Wait, hold on 1 second. We live right up the street. I called you. Don't ever say I'm not nice to you. I go, it's raining. Do you want me to pick you up? You're a block down the street because I don't want Matt to get wet because he shrinks and he gets all unpretty. Go ahead.
Yeah. So anyway, over the last week, there's been birds coming in my garage. So there's a nest, or I will say I have some grass clippings or leaves or whatever in my garage. So I don't know if they're picking up to make a nest somewhere else or if they're making a nest in my garage and I just don't know where. So I go out.
You'd never be able to find the nest in that garage that you've got, by the way.
It's cleaner than you think, but you might be right. Anyway, I go outside to open the garage because I need to get my cup out of the car. And birds flying around in the garage. Well, it goes on top of my garage door as it's open. So... it's not going anywhere. So I go over to the garage door and I start knocking on the garage door. It's not going anywhere. So I'm like, I'm going to shut the garage door so the bird can see its way out. So I go to shut the garage door and the bird flies off the garage and slams his head right into my wall or her head.
Only Matt.
And then it just drops to the ground, but lands on the feet. And I'm like, geez. And then I look over at the bird and I'm like, damn. Bird's bleeding, like the head's bleeding. So I go inside and I tell my wife this, and she's like, well, close the garage. And I was like, I don't want to close the garage. I don't want a bird to die in my garage. She's like, well, what's going to happen? Like, the bird's going to die anyway. And I'm like, well, I'm no vet, but if another bird can save this bird, like, I'd rather leave the garage open. Like, I don't know what's going on. But shutting the garage and leaving the bird in the garage, I'm not going to do it.
See, Matt, I picture Matt nursing a bird back to life with like a little bottle and some bandages.
See, I'm picturing another bird coming in with a doctor's coat on saying, I'm going to fix you, bird.
Well, that's what my wife said. What do you think? They're going to fly around with Band-Aids and put a Band-Aid on the head? So anyway, when Chuck calls me, me and my wife just got done talking about this.
So stupid.
And I'm telling Chuck, he's like, you can't leave the bird in your garage. I was like, I know, that's what I'm trying to tell my wife, but she wants me to close the garage. So anyway,
what I ask you?
Do you got a?
Do you have a tennis racket?
Yeah. Do you got a tennis racket?
I didn't mean to beat the bird, but like just shoot the bird out or something.
So I was like, I got a shovel, I got a broom. So anyway, I go out and I bring my stuff. I have a feeling it's going to be a late night at Barggianos tonight. So I bring my stuff to Chuck's car, and as I'm going back up to my driveway to get the broom, he's like, close my door.
First off, a-hole, it was raining, and I'm a gentleman picking him up. He leaves my door open. He goes, you're afraid the bird's going to fly in? I go, no, I don't want to get my damn car's going to be wet, you jerk. And that smile was right there.
So I go up to my garage, and I get a broom, and I'm, the bird's kind of finally coming back to consciousness and kind of walking around. And I go to, tap the bird to kind of get it to walk out of the garage because it's walking in the garage. Then all of a sudden the bird flies away.
It was like...
Yeah.
I'm like, this thing's gonna be dead. There's no way it's gonna fly.
Meanwhile, Chuck, because he's the cameraman, he's like trying to get his phone out and he's not quick enough to record this whole activity
because you looked ridiculous. You're like an old lady with an umbrella at the park. Get away, bird! Shoot!
Yeah. So anyway, Chuck will post a picture right here of the wall and right here of the floor.
Looked like a murder scene from the KFC or something.
Yeah.
There was so much blood on the floor from a bird.
Yeah.
I didn't know birds had that much blood in them from the pictures.
Did the blood? It was insane. Did the bird have its period? I mean, there was a lot of blood for flying into the wall.
I have no idea. I feel bad for the bird, and hopefully he survives with the doctor bird that's flying around there.
See, I'm picturing like birds on the stretcher, like they got like wooden things, and there's I got you. Shoot.
I'm picturing Matt giving the bird an inappropriate shirt to wear out of the garage.
I like that.
That could happen too.
That deserves the cheers. Oh boys.
So Dave, I know you're not good with stories. I know your memory sucks, but let's get a little sentimental here.
You're gonna blow them, are you?
No.
Oh, so okay, good.
But what would you say your favorite time or your favorite story is? Do you have one?
Christmas.
I mean, you're asking me on the spot to remember what my favorite time or favorite story
I mean,
is.
Chuck and I do this all the time. Like it's routine. Like
But I'm an alpha male.
be prepared.
That's true.
Like what's one of your like favorite memories or top 3 times?
I got this. Was there any time that Matt was in pain that you enjoyed?
Last year when he was injured and I was bowling better than him.
Yeah. All right.
How many 300s did we have this year, Matt? I didn't have any 300s this year in bowling. Did you have any 300s in bowling?
I don't think did I have one? No.
I did.
Oh, I had an 800.
You did, yeah. So again, 2 weeks or 3 weeks after I bowl my first 300, and I'm all excited about it, and then you have to one up me.
That's what I did. That's what I did to Chuck too. So he shoots like his 300 in league last year, 2 years ago.
I think it was 2 years ago.
And then like the very next week or the week after.
It was 2 weeks. So the first night you were back.
Yeah.
And I was looking at you, and like it was funny thing because I'm rooting for you. I'm like, I really want to do well, but in my secret, I'm like, damn it! Like it wasn't like I didn't want you to get it, but like, can I have a 1 week buffer, you asshole?
But I'm like that though. That's just my competitive side, and
I like that though about you because we need that on the team.
Yeah. So but I will say, like, we have a video out there. That was Dave's first 300. And as much shit as I give him about bowling, and he's a huge golfer and doesn't have a hole in one. By the way, I think I still got a caddy for him. I think I did lose a bet.
You definitely have to caddy.
That's going to be, I don't care if I got to film that myself. What's going on? That's going to be a video. So.
I was very smart about the way I made this bet. He has to drive me to and from the golf course, and I am not walking the golf course. I'm only getting his clubs out. So I am driving the golf cart for him while he plays. And Dave's like a 72 golfer. So like I got to get his clubs out 72 times. Like who cares?
So first off, Chuck, you've heard the story, right? You know about the bet. Do you think that there was that much detail put into that bet when it was first made?
Matt got it notarized after
there's a text.
Matt came up with the
that sounds like
the details afterwards. I feel like
that sounds like a Matt thing though. He's like, "Oh yeah, we'll do that." And by the way, we're going to do this real fast, and I'm not going to walk you. Blah, 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 blah,
okay.
blah, blah, blah.
So the detail is I'm not driving home, and I am not walking the golf course. I think that was in the detail.
Or getting your clubs, or driving home, or making dinner, or talking, or I can tell more.
Maybe there was a few details mentioned.
Was there an outfit involved? You got to dress kind of stupid or anything?
No. So the deal was, and honestly,
you're better than that, Dave.
No, he's really not. He's terrible at making bets. He is the worst bet making guy. Like I know, it's
we call that a better.
Look, here's the thing. I make stupid bets, right?
He does.
I make stupid bets and I lose stupid bets. But there are so many damn good stories that have come out of me losing bets. You got to admit that.
There is. So I think one year, like, he wants to always bet me in bowling. I'm smart enough when he's like, oh, bet me in golf. Hey, fuck you. Okay. That's not happening.
I'm giving him like 30 strokes.
Yeah. And I'm still like, fuck you. Okay. But he'll bet me in bowling. And one year we were going to a state tournament. I think it was for league average or something. I forget what it was. But whoever lost had to wear a Muff Diver shirt with the name Brokeback on it. Okay. So he or I don't make any stipulations. And I think a little bit better than him. I think if I would have lost a bet, I would have had a little name that said like Brokeback on this. And you had to be like their ball roadie. So you had to bring in their balls. So the state tournament, Dave loses a bet for league. So the state tournament, I get him his shirt and it's like a sash. Brokeback and a sash. And he's carrying my bags into the bowling alley. I'm just walking in there like I'm king shit. I'm like,
I would love to see that.
I ain't got no. He's carrying my balls. He's wearing Brokeback. Here we go.
Let me guess. That smile was on his face the entire time.
The whole time.
Yeah.
Of course it was.
I think that was the same tournament I had to wear khaki on khaki.
No. This was way after that.
Okay.
Khaki on khaki was many years ago. This was only...
That's khaki on khaki sounds like a Kanye West album. Did you hear that into khaki on khaki? It just dropped today. Yeah. Oh my God, that's awesome. So basically, you guys, for the audience, Matt and Dave love each other, but they torture each other at the same time. And again, more 80% Matt torturing, 20% Davey. But
so it does remind me of something that I saw recently, and wanted to bring this up. So it says people who, guys who playfully jab each other are 300% more loyal friends. Now, I don't know what the baseline is for loyalty and how they calculate 300%, but, I found that to be true in my life. And
no, absolutely. I mean, to me, it comes down to being comfortable around those people, around those friends, because you can do anything, and they understand you, and they know you're not being personal. Like you're not going to take it personal, and it's like I said, it's you're busting balls because you love the other person.
That's right. Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, when we tell Chuck, throw the fucking ball, or give you shit for not knowing what a rosin bag actually does at the bowling alley.
I still don't know what it does.
Yeah. We know.
But you got your PBA card.
Yeah, I got my PBA card. I'm a professional bowler. I got a 300. I mean, what else do I need to do in life?
What's rosin?
It's powder. I thought you guys, if you're dry,
powder. No,
if you're dry, you rub it on your skin.
It's not powder. Holy shit!
I mean, it works out okay, but I mean, I don't know. Me and Dave also have secret things too. I mean, I don't want to tell the world, but I guess we have to about her. You want to tell them about her Eskimo kiss? Do you know about this?
No, that's a little weird.
When did this start? Like 3 years ago, probably.
Yeah, maybe 2-3 years ago. Yeah,
and Matt,
it was probably when I was out, so probably 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, those were the best years. Remember?
That was it was such a nice year.
It's quiet.
Yeah,
nice. But so this started. I don't know how it started, but it only comes out on special occasions. And like we're having like a shitty time, probably a shitty time or a great night. We're on and we're happy or whatever it is. We look at each other, and an Eskimo kiss where you rub your nose together.
Yeah.
But you don't actually rub your nose together. You do it from across the room.
Oh, you don't?
It's just stupid.
You tricked me all these years. Like, what is going on?
You're the one.
Go ahead.
You're the one with your zipper down. But no, we started doing this and like as a joke, and then we just kind of did it every once in a while. So we'll be like, yeah, let's go do it, and we're like. And no one else would see it. I'm like, oh my God, what are we doing? This is so stupid. But yeah, it's fun stuff like that. But again, it was a great year.
That's cute. I remember when I had my first beer.
I remember when Matt knew how to work the buttons. Damn it, he remembers that. But yeah, I remember when that started, and I always enjoyed these things. But again, it was like probably the best year when Matt was out that whole year. I would have to say of my 6 years I was on the team, But
I feel like I did better last year than any other year ever. I enjoyed it. I didn't yell at anyone. I was very calm and collected the whole year.
We did yoga before each class. Yeah,
We did, yeah. No one got under my skin. It was weird.
and I'm going to take it from Matt, and we're all joking. And the year Matt comes back, we win the championship. So that was good. We missed it. I missed you. You were there like probably 3 or 4 times the year you were actually out, and it didn't seem right. So that's another thing. We're talking about sentimental, and we've talked about it a little bit on the show. But you guys talk about this close 4 people knit group and the Muff Divers and stuff like that. Again, when I started this thing, I'm in my mid 30s, I guess, when I got into the actual bowling team. And it's been like, I'm going to sound corny, but like an absolute honor, like to be accepted and part of the group and all these things. And I feel like I'm more party, like, I'm that weirdo guy that with Ryan and all these people are like, what is this guy talking about? But slowly but surely, I snuck my way in there. Me and Ryan bonded on the WrestleMania thing.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. Oh boy!
But I'll go back to that. But I generally mean like it's one of those things where I was trying to get into something fun to do just as like a Wednesday night, whatever it was. And to be able to get into that and on top of that have like another family of doing things, showing up at my sister, my mom's funeral, like just all these things, that goes a lot further than busting balls, than being on a bowling team. It's a family. Like you said, the 300% more.
Yeah, I mean, the busting balls thing, it's something...
You have to.
Like we said, even sitting here and busting balls and saying, oh, it was such a great year when Matt was out. It was terrible. Yeah, I hated not having...
No, it's dead true. Absolutely dead true.
I take back what I just said.
For me, it was more
terrible.
For me, it was more about the gas money because he lives next to me. But it was bad for other reasons too.
But no, I mean, the guys on the bowling team, I mean, I've been bowling on that team now for 16 years or so, I believe. And I mean, it's just, it's really having a great group of people that you can bust balls with and that you can have a great time with and
escape your normal life. And
it's amazing.
And one thing I observed early in this, and I'm sure you'll agree, is there's so many walks of life on the team. Not only age difference by 20, 30, 40 years, not only professions, not only personalities, and that's the eclecticness. I'm going to make that word up. Being so eclectic of a group, and everyone's treated equally, ball busting. I mean, I love that. I absolutely love that. No one lives up here. No one lives down here. We get there, and it's great.
How awkward. I don't even want to say awkward, but we'll have Phil on the show one time from the bowling team. But like, it took him a while to warm up to you, and now he's like your BFF. Now he's like, come here, Chucky, I'll rub your leg for you. Like before, he's like, what the hell is he talking about? Like, ain't nobody touching me.
How about this? I'll give a preview because I want him to actually come on. I don't want to ruin every story here, but absolutely. So I'm like super out there. I'm very loud. I'm very talk fast. I'm very never serious.
And really inappropriate jokes sometimes.
Oh, so, absolutely. Yeah. I like to make someone feel
uncomfortable,
turn red, but not in the way he like gets off on the pain of like children dying. Mine's more of like making you feel uncomfortable. Except Jolie's kids, fuck them. But no, everybody else is cool.
He said Jolie's kids.
Give me a beer too, will you? Jesus Christ.
You were almost out, Chuck. This show's been going on forever.
That's my bar. Give me a beer. So, no, but anyway, so where was I going with the story? I forget. Phil,
yeah.
Yeah.
So I remember the first year, I would sit there and be like, I would say some sexual jokes, let's say, being stupid. He'd be like, oh man, I don't know Mom, what the fuck's going on, like whatever. And then, but I also have this gift, not being cocky, but I can like throw a joke in there really fast and then go right back into a conversation. And because people are always like, did you just, and I'll be like, what's going on? I'll be like, oh yeah, and rub my leg too if you can. Anyway, and then like we'll throw it in there, and it took him a while to get that. And now this year, he's like, I ain't Chucky, need a back massage. It's going to go. I love Phil so much. And then again, that's another one. It's the whole team. It's when everybody gets to know each other. I mean, same for Tony and everybody. When we first met him, and me and him on paper are complete opposite personalities.
God damn. Tony, shout out to Tony and your haircut, baby.
Cheers,
You're looking good, Tony. Wow, yeah,
he looks fantastic. I was like, man,
we're gonna find him a lady, but I tried to talk to Chuck. He doesn't want to pay for the date. We're gonna post a picture of.
Why would I pay for his date?
Yeah, come on. Like,
Matt texts me today. He's like, "Hey, I got this idea. We're gonna pay for a date and make him wear a Barggianos shirt." And I'm like, "What the fuck am I paying for a date for Tony to get blowed?" I'm like, "No, like
No, it means that we have to pay his date to go out with him. I think that's what he was talking about, right? No?
They call that a GoFund Tony. What is that?
Yeah, go fun, Tony.
No, but I'm like, I like the idea, but I'm not paying shit.
And I'm gonna post a picture of Tony right here, newly haircut Tony, like transformed. This is like the old. You remember? Oh, what was her name? Rachel Ray, who had that talk show that did transformations back in like the
you're
late
talking
90s.
about not Jenny Jones or Ricky Lake or
Ricky Lake. So she did. Yeah, this is going to be like the Ricky Lake post. This is the Tony before. This is the Tony after.
You're pointing off screen, so where do you want to point here?
Right here and right here.
Anywhere. That's like, let's go this way, right here.
So yeah,
He's just messing with you
but
again.
we need a beautiful young lady. Tony to take you out. He's actually a super nice guy. He really
Tony's
is.
a catch, absolutely. But
Yeah.
it was a transformation. It was like, holy cow, that's
Yeah.
And he's charitable. He grew his hair out purposely for the locks of love.
Yeah.
Chick love the kids,
So good for Tony. But we need a date for Tony.
All right, man. I feel like we're officially going off the rails. I like it.
I did want to bring up too, as we were talking about giving each other stuff.
All right, we ready to end the show? Oh.
We can keep going.
Going off the rails and actually crossing the line. There's one thing that I can think of that comes to mind.
With who?
With both of you.
Oh boy.
When you got that Winnipeg Jets calendar for Derek, that was crossing the line. Derek, I got you. That was way off the rails. That was low blow.
But again, I want to say they're an excellent team and they're super fun
You
to watch.
don't know that. You don't know anything about hockey.
I mean, I'm a very casual fan, and when the Winnipeg Jets are on,
Chuck,
I'm
are
tuning in.
the Winnipeg Jets still in the playoffs?
What is that, hockey?
Yeah, that's hockey.
We'll get Derek back on here again. But they got past the round, right? So they beat the Blues by like the most awful, saddest thing ever.
Terrible.
But
And
they were out. They get kicked
beat-
out the next round.
They beat the Stars, I think.
No, the Stars beat that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I don't know if people are Blues fans, but and I'm not busting balls at Derek. It was one of the most like saddest endings of.
Oh, it was.
The Blues were up by
was
like
terrible.
Was it 2 goals with like a second to go or something?
No, it was one. They tied it with like less than 2 seconds
Yeah.
to go in Game 7. The Blues were up, tied it with less than 2 seconds, and then the Blues lost in overtime. It was heartbreaking,
very hard to watch.
And if I was Derek, what I would have done with that calendar, I don't know, but it would have been bad.
Sounded dirty. What I would have done with that calendar, been bad with it.
Yeah, that sounded bad.
I like it all. So what's the future relationship of you guys two? Are you gonna eventually be in like a nursing home together? Or are we gonna buy a house when we're retired? Or
I don't know.
nothing like no ideas yet. I think I'm also surprised that you don't play more golf because Dave's a very, very good golfer.
I'm terrible.
But you got
terrible.
got a best friend that's great at golf. You think you'd play more golf?
I don't have time. You think I just go to work and do the podcast and have nothing else? No, I have a lot of other things to do. Like this guy is always
hold on a
busy.
second. I got to go grab my violin. So yeah, I get it.
That's why I don't play. In golf, I think everybody says it. To be good at golf, you got to play a lot. And I don't have a time to play once a week, every other
muscle
week.
memory like bowling. Yeah, you gotta.
Bowling for me, I was a bowling alley rat, so it's all muscle memory to me.
Sure.
Like,
Yeah, with golf, there's so many different kinds of shots. You can throw a bowling ball down the lane, and you're going to move left, you're going to move right, you're going to increase your speed. But with golf, you've got drives, you've got chips, you've got iron shots, you've got putting. There's so many different facets to the game that you have to be good at.
Every shot is a different club. So like ours with bowling, it's like, oh, I might change balls once. With golf, you're changing a club every single shot based on distance, and I know nothing about
and
golf.
I'm going to use something I saw earlier today. Plus, like the first time I went to golf, Dave said he was giving me strokes. I never got a stroke. So, you know, it's like, here, I'll give you 4 strokes
He
on
unzipped
this
his
hole.
pants though, and I
I'm
said,
like,
no,
you didn't,
not those strokes.
Yeah, you didn't give me strokes. You promised me strokes if I came out here, and you didn't give me strokes, so I quit golfing.
Different strokes, different folks. I mean, that does make sense. You kind of owe him a stroke, but that's the only reason you went out with him.
Yeah. He said he'd give me strokes on the golf course, and I didn't understand what he was saying at the time.
And folks, for the audience, it's the same day they asked each other to move in with each other. So, we got some beer spitting out on that side there.
Dave, I know you have a picture. Dave proposed to me on the golf course. He did. He did.
That is a true story, right?
That is a true story.
But there's more to it.
Correct. There is more to it.
And that's the end of the show, everybody. Well, welcome to Barggianos.
So
There's a cliffhanger.
So my ex, before my wife,
Yeah.
she had got me.
Is she like an awful person?
No.
You go, my ex is like, oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Oh, my God.
I'm thinking about just how much crap we gave him for this.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But so.
Oh, 3 beers in.
So yeah,
keep going.
They got me 3 check. You're like 6.
Oh, that's 4. I'm sorry. This tastes much different than Corona, by the way.
Yeah. So my ex before my wife, also known as baby mama, she wanted me to wear a ring, like we were married.
So you weren't married yet?
Not
No,
even a
no.
little.
Like a
it
promise
was
ring?
a promise
Yeah,
ring.
a promise
it
ring.
was
But
a promise ring.
But it was a wedding band. Okay.
Yes.
So anyway, I don't know what happens to this thing, and it was about.
Oh, so you actually wore it?
Oh yeah, he wore it. No, don't. Nah.
So
Hold on, let's
He
enjoy this
wore
moment.
it.
Okay. Did you get to bust any balls in that one, or was it?
Constantly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you wear
Yes.
Did you wear it on your neck and her Letterman
no,
jacket?
on my finger. Yeah. So anyway, it was about 3 years, maybe 4 years ago.
She was a varsity football or a quarterback.
Yeah, where me, Ryan, Dave, and Joel are having our weekend that we spend with guys, and we're playing this golf scramble. I don't even know what fucking hole it is. These bastards. I go to get out of the cart, and Dave, wherever the hell he finds this fucking ring at.
Oh, we were cleaning out the old house, and I found it as we were getting rid of the old house.
So
in
he
a
doesn't
box
say
somewhere.
like, "Hey, you want me to throw this away?" He's like,
I'm
"Got him
saving
now."
it for something.
So
I love it.
we
Kudos. Good
we
job.
go out on the golf course. We're playing golf. We're mid round. It's so hot that day. I remember it was too hot to even drink. You take a beer out of the cart and you'd have to
Yeah.
down it. It was like
One of those
110
days.
degrees.
It was ridiculous.
It was miserable.
Yeah.
Whatever
about
hole
to
we're
get
on,
hotter out there too.
Dave drops to his knee at one hole and he like pops out this ring that I got for my baby mama. He's like, and Joel and Ryan are all laughing. I'm getting out of the cart and I'm like, fuck you assholes.
Did Matt cry?
Where's the ring at now?
Oh, I've still got it somewhere. I think.
Really?
I think that I've still got it. Yeah.
With your baby's mama's permission, if it's okay with you, I would love to place it somewhere in the bar so it could be on every episode. With us.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You better check with my wife first.
Oh no, it's fine. I know we're best friends.
She
but
don't watch the podcast anyway.
She doesn't even know about the podcast. So I want to, but we're gonna put it somewhere down here. But the very first episode, I'm gonna make Matt wear the ring, or I'm gonna wear the ring.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. It probably won't even fit the finger anymore, but that's really not going to happen.
But it still fits something.
Do you have like a box for it still?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's in the.
It's a promise ring.
Okay, it's
Yeah.
going on the bar next to the Master P Ghetto D CD.
It's in the original box from like 1999.
But you broke the promise.
I did.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Just didn't work out for me.
That's funny. I do remember now because we were talking about you were out bowling or just off that week, and maybe I don't know if the podcast was around or we're just talking about busting balls. And you I forget now. You mentioned he's like, I got something you can mess with them with. You go, I found this ring, and I go, what are you talking about? And he said that I totally forgot this existed, but now it's going to last forever in infinite.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. So Dave, his memory's bad. Like he has moments. He just forgets about his moments. I cherish my moment. Didn't we park your car around the block one day and like leave your keys?
I have a bad memory. I don't remember that at all.
Yeah.
Audience, we call that blackout drunk. So
No, I think we did park your car around the block one day.
Yeah, it was something like that. I was sleeping again, probably in the middle of the day. I was sleeping to go to work that night. Went outside, car's gone.
But the keys were there.
oh my god.
Yeah.
Every time that happened to me when my wife and I went on a trip, we were driving through like some college town, but it was like a really small town. We were going to a Dave Matthews Band in Chicago, and we were like, let's go check out a bar. We come out and we're parked in this like parking lot. All parking was all weird in a small town. Excuse me. And we come out and I'm like, we be careful parking here. And we walk out. It's like 11 o'clock. Car's gone. We're looking around. We have no idea where we're at. I didn't even know the name of the town.
Oh, I remember you told me this story. Yeah.
And we're looking. So my wife's like super calm, especially with her profession, but super calm. I'm more like, I never take anything serious, but she was kind of freaking out. She's like, we don't know where we're at. I don't know what's going on. I go, I got this. And I like the worst case scenarios. I love to find the silver lining in things. I find silver lining in anything. But finally, I found a sign under a tree. That's what was blocking it. I call it out of business. Other thing. I looked on the internet. Somehow I found the phone number. And the scam was these guys drive around, wait for someone to park in this one parking lot with a sign that's covered with a tree that you can't park there. So, long story short, it costs. We get there. The guy comes, picks us up. It's Hillbilly Jim. Takes us back to the junkyard or tow yard. $250 to get our car out. And there was like 3 stray cats running. I was so tempted to steal one of these stray cats that was inside the office because I'm like, fuck you and your fucking scams. And I was mad, but I was also like, silver lining, like, as an adventure. It's a story one day I'll tell, maybe on a podcast. And I actually have a picture. Maybe I'll put it up right here. Is being like this, taking a picture with the car being gone right when it was gone, laughing. I go, we'll figure it out. Don't worry. I mean, we are literally in a town. We didn't know where we're at, like, 3 states over. Didn't figure it out, but
Illinois is 1 state over.
It's really only about
It's
15-minute drive from here, Chuck. I don't know if you...
Wait, I was in Matt's driveway. No, but I don't know. I really don't know where we're at. It was something. Good point. It's Chicago, but
the next state over. Not like
you guys see the smile. The smile's coming out.
It's
oh,
the next state.
God forbid Chuck's bad at geography. Let's just point out all of his weaknesses in one podcast. Oh, why are we friends with him?
I ask myself that every day, but then I answer it. I know why I'm friends with him.
Yeah.
Well, boys, did we do it all tonight? I think
we did.
We're gonna leave. I think we're gonna leave some. Dave, you're gonna come back on pretty soon.
Yeah, definitely.
I think
enjoy it.
I think what we got to do is get Dave, Ryan, and Jolie all on the show together.
Naked? Oh, just on the show?
Yeah. You want to talk about a hell of a show.
Are we doing live? Are we flying Jolie in? Because I don't think the budget's after I got to pay for Tony's date.
Flying Jolie, like
you probably have to buy more microphones and cameras.
Matt will take care of everything.
We'll figure it out. But we hear the audience likes, or the subscribers like our, special guests. So we're going to try to do some more special guests. We're still going to have Chuck and Matt. We can't lose that.
I definitely want to do more. I've heard feedback. We like the guest. Yeah. We're going to work on very soon about the remote guest. That's a little bit harder. We're trying to look where we can see everybody. So, but absolutely, I think that'd be a fun episode.
So, we'll have all 4 of us on, together, whether it's virtually or all together, whatever it is. That'll be a hell of an episode, full of belly laughs.
A lot of tickling going on.
Yeah, a lot of ball busting.
Not playing tummy sticks.
Yeah, yeah.
Tummy sticks.
Chuck will clean the lint out of your belly button.
How many times, Chuck, have we said stay away from our belly button?
Yeah. So, but no, this has been a great episode. It was great to have Dave on the show.
Absolutely.
I'm hoping the audience enjoyed every bit of it, and got some good laughs with us. So, if you got any stories about you and your friends and you want us to tell them while we're on the air, shoot us a message, or better yet, we'll have you on.
Call in. If you guys, even if you don't want to be seen, call in. We got it super easy to talk to people, and I'd love that.
Yeah.
That's
so
good times.
Just shoot us a message and we'll get in contact with you. We can work out all the logistics and get you on the show.
For sure.
Get you out there.
Yeah, and again, Dave, thanks for coming on for real. Hope you come on
I
again.
enjoyed it.
Do you have
of
fun?
course.
Do you have a good time?
Of course, it's a great time. Best friend, and Chuck, you're an awesome you're an awesome friend as well, and I'm really glad that you decided to join the bowling team and be part of this crazy group that we have going on here, because it's really been great.
I feel honored, my friend. I really do. Well, we will continue this another night, I promise. But for tonight, boys, I guess we're going to do one last cheers. Hit that bell, Davey. And we're going to say, Barggianos out.